Yeah, there was actually a letter in the Times this week that I thought got exactly to this point, which is basically a Tory voter saying, look, I don't mind we're trying to make people richer and we're trying to help out people in the north, but this seems like a fundamentally unconservative way of doing it. And I think there are a lot of Tories who've got these sorts of concerns. I mean, look at Steve Baker this week. He, in response to it, said that this is basically a socialist project that the government is pushing through. And he's probably on the same end of the spectrum as you guys, isn't he, politically? I think that this regional thing is quite difficult. And Michael Gove was very careful to say, look, a lot of the problems faced by people who live in the sorts of seats like Chesham and Amersham, potential Tory Lib Dem marginals that the government historically, or the Tories have historically held, a lot of the problems caused in your life are caused by the fact that the South is massively overheated and the property market is too expensive and it's overcrowded and there's too much pressure on public services. And the solution to that, he says, is to have this sort of Medici effect where you create new Renaissance cities in Grimsby or wherever it is and draw in investment and people who want to move there and not just try and move to London, which the government seems to think is what's happening at the moment. And actually, if you do that, people in the South, their lives get better because, no longer are there just this flood of people from the north coming to live next door to them because there's nothing for them up north. Now, that strikes me as a slightly oversimplistic way of putting it, but that basically is the argument that Michael Gove made at the dispatch box yesterday, that levelling up one area is not levelling down another. But will voters buy that? Fundamentally, this is about spending a lot of money in places where a lot of money has not previously been spent, and the upshot of that is less money is going to be spent on other areas. So you can view it in a purely zero-sum way if you want to, and some voters probably will.